We back off in this piece. We back off in here. We need to definitely talk about. Um, we need to talk producer ego and how some producers can have an ego about certain things, and how some producers can easily, uh, you know, they can easily um, think that they know everything, and no producer knows everything. Like they lying to you if they say they know this and they know this and they know this. Yeah, I know a fucking lot. So if somebody come at me, yeah, I can definitely hold my own as far as like knowing my knowledge. And this right here is really this is excluding um, some producers. This is excluding people who've actually really made tread in the industry. And when I saying making tread, I'm saying making some big tread. Legendary name, like legendary people like EA Ski, like Young Guru, or somebody like let's just say Teddy Riley. You know what I'm saying? Let's say somebody like Havoc. Let's just say somebody like Knife Wonder. And I'm just naming the names of all the pioneers, like the Pete Rocks, all the big names. And I'm saying big names because these people have made treads and they've made statements in the hip hop genre or R&B genre, and and music across the board. And so these people are somewhat excluded. But when it comes down to, let's just say, some people that's on YouTube, or let's just say some people on Instagram or whatever, that's just like trying to make things law. They trying to make things whatever they say is law, and they only got like a placement. Like we all got placements. Like anybody in 2024 and 2025 can miss me with the whole placement shit. That's some bullshit. That means you could have made one track and somebody liked the track and took the track and it go on a major album. And just because it's on a major album, you telling me you know everything about production from that standpoint? I doubt it. You definitely don't know everything about production from that standpoint. So when it comes down to actually knowing what you need to know about production, it comes from a place where you don't have a fucking ego. Most of these producers nowadays that come online and they might made a little coin online because they spread a little knowledge and they probably help some people online. Now they think they they producer gurus. And if you ask them how many, let's just ask them how many projects have you done? When I say projects, how many albums are you responsible for doing? And they probably wouldn't be able to name a lot. They probably like, well, I got a lot of tracks online. I got a lot of instrumentals. And like, no, for artists, I ain't talking about an instrumental album. I'm talking about a whole project for an artist. How many albums are you responsible for? The bulk of the album, or you done the whole album? Like, I've done 6 in my 20-year career. It's not easy to do, trust me. So anybody out there that's been like, oh, that ain't a lot, I've done 6. You let me know how many you've done in the comments. You might have done 50 goddamn albums. I mean, you might be the truth. But at the same time, we both know that it's all about how much work have you done. Because being a producer is different than what people think. I think people think that like being a producer is being like you just a dope beat maker. So you make beats and the beats are dope. That's cool. You gotta do that because the shit gotta be dope. But at the same time, the actual song and the actual works, the actual works that you do, the actual complete body of work gotta be dope. Like, it can't be on some bullshit. Like, it can't be on some bullshit. From Brazil, with love. Hey, man, appreciate you. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome. So, you know, we just talking about like music producers that's online that have a lot of ego and they act like they know everything. And that's never been music. That's not the way you grow in music. You always should act like I'm learning. I don't give a damn if I went 10 times platinum. You know what I'm saying? And I've never went platinum, but I've had some placements. But like people online saying, "Lord, I have 1 or 2 placements," and they think they know everything about everything. It's like, yeah, like Jose, I bet you can tell me in the comments, in your country, there's a totally different like rhythm. There's a totally different set of instruments that North Americans don't even know the name of the instruments, don't even know the rhythms, don't even know the cadences of the actual instruments. They don't even know the history of the instruments. They don't know none of it, and it's a totally different culture. And every producer think they know everything. They think they know everything, and music is so big, it's so huge, and people do things totally different. Everybody do things totally different out of their own spot, out of their own studio. So you can't sit there and act like you know everything. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that I'm talking to, they know who I'm talking to. It's like the ones that try to hold like the actual like I hold the keys to all the doors type of card. Or they can tell somebody how their career gonna go based on what they witnessed in their own career, and their own career ain't bigger than yours, really. Like if you even look at yourself, you like, damn, your career ain't even big as big as mine. Like, and I'm not trying to be like on an ego or anything. It's like, but when I add it up, it's like most of these people that I might have ran into and might have had an issue with or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's been like, yo, it's been on some on like, I know for a fact that we've probably experienced the same thing, but you can't sit up here and say you experienced more than me. Because I'm like, yo, if you have, that's cool, but you can't tell me I ain't experienced nothing. Cause I didn't, nah, you can't tell me that. That's impossible. So the people with the egos that's online is trying to tell other people where their career can go, or they got this course that they can sell you because, you know, they can make all your dreams come true, and they can make you better as a producer if you buy this $300 course or you buy this $3,000 course. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, whatever they doing, whatever they trying to swindle, to me is complete BS, because they themselves individually don't even know everything about music. You better off going to a university and just getting a degree in music. If you're gonna pay that much money to somebody to try to tell you or teach you about music production is something that is different. It varies between genre and genre. It differs between artists and artists. It differs between relationships between the artist and the producer. It differs. Everything is different. Like how people record country music is totally different than when somebody recording hip hop music. How somebody record R&B is completely different than how somebody record hip hop. And they might record it the same way somewhat, and it might some techniques might cross paths, but we know all don't. We know all don't. It's all about you knowing that you don't know it all to get to different levels. And so all of those false prophets out there that's trying to tell you how your career gonna go, or trying to critique you on, you know what I'm saying? They trying to critique you on how they think they projecting how they feel like if they was you, what they would do. And we all know that we only can do what we do in our own setting, in our own genre. We can't just sit back and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, since I do R&B, I can tell somebody else that do R&B exactly what to do. I can't. I can give you the information that I got. I can spread knowledge like I spread knowledge to y'all on here. I just tell y'all what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how I've done it. I don't give a damn who you are. You could be a multi-platinum producer. You might learn something from me if you open-minded. You might not learn something from me. You might think I'm nobody. You might think I'm somebody. But all in all, you know what I'm saying? The thing that you gotta realize is that, yeah, salute, salute, salute. The thing you gotta realize is that when you doing production is that we all don't know it all. We all are soaking in every time we run into a different song, every time we run into a different artist, how we build relationships with people. We constantly learning based on those elements alone, based on the artwork that we choose for the front cover for the single or the album. It's gonna affect the way people, the album art. It's gonna affect the way people experience the music. We learn from just that experience. Oh, we released that, and this person, you know what I'm saying, was like, oh man, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Or this person was like, oh, that album cover, well, I didn't listen to it because of that. The art could have been different. And you hear that and you like, damn, you know what? The next time around, I'm going to make sure I hit him over the head with the album art. We all learn from different, we don't know everything. We all don't know everything. And we all ain't good at everything. Once you realize that, you become way more powerful than you ever can imagine. Once you realize that you don't know fucking everything, you ain't the greatest in everything, but you know that this world is built on having friends, you become more powerful than yourself because you have extensions of yourself of people that know that you are great at what you do and they great at what they do, and y'all could maybe barter both of you skills to pool in for a project and prosper from whatever you're doing creative, and you both can reap the benefits. So that's why I'm like, yo, we all don't know everything. So the ones that, yes, it's okay to say I don't know. It's best to say I don't know. Because when you say, damn, I don't know, that's when you can run and go gather more information and go build up your power and go be more powerful. I put it like this. I'm doing a resto mod on a new car I bought, right? You know what I'm saying? I won't tell you what I bought. Let's just say it's a V6 and it's 6-speed and it's from Japan and it's made by Infinity. So you could do your math. So let's just say every time I've taken something off the car, something breaks, and it gives me another problem, and it gives me another issue to where I gotta learn about that issue. I gotta learn about what I'm doing wrong, but I gotta go into a scientific knowing how to put these pieces together and knowing that if I gotta buy more parts for what I need, I gotta know what I'm doing. So I learn more by having more problems, more issues. The more I take it apart, the more I learn. The more you do music, the more you gonna learn and the more powerful you gonna become. That's the thing that people don't teach you on here. They just teach you that, oh, it's a certain level. Ain't no level. Once you know that it's infinite, it's infinite knowledge out here. As far as music is infinite knowledge. We all definitely don't know everything. We definitely, like I say, we definitely ain't great at everything. So you can meet, let's just say tomorrow you meet, you like, damn, man, my music is centered around guitars. Man, if I could play guitars for real, and I really could play like sound like the best in the world, man, my shit would be fire. Drop that ego, right? Humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? God will come into place and put somebody in your life that can play the fuck out of guitar. One thing you got to realize when you run into that person is you got to drop that ego and be a producer. A producer can't have an ego because you need that person. You need that person more than they need you. That's how you got to treat them. That's how you got to treat the guitar player, the bass player, the drummer, whoever helping you with the keyboard player, the person that's coming up with the chord progression, the person that's writing the song, the executive producer, whatever they need, you get it for them. You the producer. So it's your job to produce the record. It ain't your job to be the guy. It's your job to produce the record. Hey, man. Hey, what's up? A Major Keys, man. Hey, shout out, salute to A Major Keys, man. Appreciate you being in here, man. I'm just speaking my side of everything or whatever. Just producers with egos, man. And like I say, man, A Major Keys, you know it. You know, we ain't talking about the legends. We ain't talking about the Godfathers. We ain't talking about the EA Skis. We ain't talking about the Young Gurus. We ain't talking about the Pete Rocks. We ain't talking about the DJ Premiers. We ain't talking about the Pharrell Williams. We ain't talking about the Teddy Rileys. We ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying, the Tim and Bars. We ain't talking about the people who actually have put some ingrained in the turf of music. We not. They can speak however they want to. However they want to, and y'all got to just sit back and respect it and be cinematic about it like you watching the movie and just soak it in. That's how you got to be. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm talking about the people on the internet, and I'm not saying they coming at y'all, you know, individually everything, but if somebody come at you like they know it all or whatever, that type of energy is just not good for you to act on, because I'm to the point to where, trust me, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't know everything. So my thing is that we gotta be on a certain level of knowing that this is really about you being, like they say, it's a cliche saying, but you gotta be a sponge. But you gotta know you gotta be a sponge for the rest of your career. Because some of us know that that's our power. I'm always learning. I'm always coming up with an unfair advantage over the next. That's the key to it too. Once you learn that, there's no end to it. Like you racing in Formula One, like you a Formula One engineer. There's no end to it. I'm trying to. Hey, what was our lap time? It was 1 minute 14 seconds. In 5 milliseconds, where it need to be 4 milliseconds the next lap, and then it need to be 3 milliseconds the next lap, then it need to be 2 milliseconds, then we need to get that bitch down to 1 minute and 13 seconds. That's what type of shit that I'm on. So all the producers that's online with the ego that say, oh, I know everything, oh, you doing it wrong, let that motherfucker do it and you sit back and learn. They might even be doing motherfuckers figure shit out by doing shit wrong. Motherfuckers figure shit out. We all know that the whole industry, they didn't know what they was doing at the beginning. In the 80s and the 90s, motherfuckers didn't know what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tony Black, NYC. Yo, he even said this the other day. He said we all didn't know what we was doing, but we did what we all was friends, and we did a good job of. We would have lunch with each other. We would talk to each other. We would share knowledge with each other. We always would just be around each other, sharing knowledge. And that's what makes this thing called YouTube powerful. So when we on here, the etiquette is not to be with the ego. The etiquette is to be with a certain mind frame and a mindset of saying that, hey, I don't know everything. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I don't plan on knowing everything, because that's when the buck stops. When I start to know everything about music and I'm just this motherfucking Thanos ass motherfucker with the motherfucking gauntlet, then this shit ain't gonna be fun. Yeah, shout out to Tony Black, man. Shout out to Tony Black. Y'all go check Tony Black out too, man. He dope. Filled with knowledge. Dope. Like really dope. So that's my thing. Once you know that you know what I'm saying, you can always like soak in and be better. You know what I'm saying? A Major Keys. I was saying earlier before you got in here, I said there's a guy in here, Jose, if I'm saying his name right, from Brazil. I said, man, I guarantee you there's instruments, there's rhythms, there's different forms of cadences that us in America don't even know, and we sitting up here acting like we know everything just because we can make a goddamn trap beat or a boom bap beat. But it's certain rhythms around the world that we don't even know about unless we damn near travel there and talk to somebody and really get the real lowdown on it. Or unless you do your research online on YouTube. So to act like you know everything, and I'm telling you this from experience. Check this out. I'm telling y'all this from experience. The Samba is on the latest project is on there. It was needed. And this is from down in South America. So us in North America acting like we know everything just because that's some BS. That's some BS. We always gotta act like, saying we always gotta be, how can I say it? We always gotta be humble to it, to soak in the information and not act like we know everything. If you got a placement, one placement, that doesn't constitute you to be on here trying to down somebody else, trying to have an ego to down somebody else. If you didn't win gold before or you went platinum, that doesn't even constitute you to be on here to try to down somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Now, if somebody get disrespectful, then you can put them in their place. But just because of that doesn't give you respect. Unless you've been put in tread in it, then we won't look at you crazy. But nope, I did not update, bro. I did not update. I'm a stubborn. But I've been like that, bro. I got a computer from 2013, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on 10.4 or 10.14, whatever, Mac. I'm still on that. I'm holding on to that. Like I don't update. I don't update until it's just too late. I ain't update I got a 61 now, but my gold live, I didn't update that motherfucker for until I got my 61. Or until I needed to pair it up with a certain interface. Then I updated it. Like, it was a long time before I updated it. Yeah, bro. Long time before I updated. I ain't updating shit. Fuck that. Nah, fuck that. I ain't updating the motherfucking thing. They gonna have to force me to update. They gonna have to be like, hey, bro, this shit, it's time, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm like, but you know what? I always been like to the point to where when something is set, you know what I'm saying? It's like anything. It's like a car. Yeah, man. There's new shit on cars and everything, but let's just be real, man. Like, when it comes down to the function of something, like, sometimes simplicity, like, rules all. Sometimes just being able to just grab and go and just keep it shit simple rules, like, over everything. And so it depends on the situation that you're doing when you do your production. And that goes in everything. Like me. Like, some people two-track in their computer. No, I track each individual instrument in kick, snare, drum, hi-hat, everything. Each individual instrument in the computer individually with a stereo track. You know what I'm saying? Each individual track. You know what I'm saying? So I'm to the point where I'm particular like that about my sound because I want to be in control. I just need a loop. If it's 4 measures, if it's 8 measures, I just need that loop. I need that loop of the kick, snare, hi-hat, piano, whatever, sub sound, horn, whatever, on down the line. I each individually track them out. And so by doing that, it just gives me control, my type of control. But it's very meticulous when you do it. It's very tedious because you got to track everything out individually, but it gives me the chance when I put it through my analog gear to make certain, little small adjustments just in case something is not right. Maybe the volume level is not right. You know what I'm saying? And it helps me make certain adjustments going in to the point to where when it goes into the computer, I don't have to do a lot of shit too. I don't have to wrestle with it. And that was my issue when I used to use, man, I went from analog to digital for 10 years back to analog. So if anybody has had an experience with digital and analog, if anybody on here that's, you know what I'm saying, still having a debate about what's better, let me tell you, you can't live without one or the other in the modern age. But if you're asking me what's the real deal, analog is the real deal. It's an electrical signal. Like, there's certain things and certain nuances that I just don't get from inside the computer. And you, like I say, you speaking to somebody who use Reasons and FL Studios paired together. And I was dumping my shit in from Reasons in the FL Studios, mixing in there, and fucking like everybody else on here fucking putting goddamn 6 or 7 plugins on one goddamn sound to try to make it magnificent versus when I do it the analog way now that I'm just set, I put an equalizer on my shit and I compress my shit. That's it. That's it. I might do 1 or 2 more things, just little things. That's it. So like there's no you know, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Reasons have come a long way. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, I got off Reasons, bruh. I had a version of Reasons from probably like 09, 08, right? I kept that bitch to probably like 2019. But I had so many sounds that it was like endless to run through. But the sounds was probably, someone was probably outdated. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, Reasons has come a long way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They probably, man, hey, a lot of stuff has come a long way. But then again, like I say, the thing about mixing, I'm gonna tell you the thing about mixing and mixes. And this goes out to everybody. This is one thing I learned. Man, if you've ever DJ'd any amount of music or whatever, ever in your life, you know for a fact that you've went back and forth EQing every song differently whenever you hear it through the system. So that let me know as a DJ at one time, I was like, man, to be honest, like all this shit really is super subjective. But I would say that for what somebody is using and the technique that they need to get from certain things, if they need analog intervention, then it's needed. Because I got a 61, and I'm not saying the 61 don't sound banging. It sound banging. It just don't sound the creme de la creme from what we had like with the Triton. The Triton had like the Triton, man. I can tell y'all a story, man. I put it like this. It was some guys, I don't even remember their name, it was so long ago. We talk about like 2000, I'm gonna date this. This shit was like 2004. Like 04, 05. It was some dudes that I met, right? And I made some fucking crazy ass shit on my track. I made a couple of tracks, some like R&B or whatever shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Neptune sounding shit, right? Shit was dope. Shit was fire though. All on the Triton Elite. I took my whole fucking keyboard to their studio, hooked it up to their system. They was using at the time, so this was like 05. So they had to use it at the time. They kind of switched to the computer a little bit, but they was still kind of like outboard like stuff. I think they had like a Yamaha keyboard, but I don't remember. They didn't have no motif. They had like an older, like maybe I forget what series of Yamahas, whatever back then, like from like maybe like mid 90s. But they didn't have a motif. I forget the versions before that. If some of y'all can help me out. But like, yeah, like, you know, yeah, that Phantom was yeah. That Montage, yeah. That Phantom was in that level of that Triton. Like, it was like, bruh, like, yeah. Computers were trying to keep up. Computers were trying to keep up at that time. They caught up now because I mean it just is what it's so much data and stuff that they can run at one time. But like, let's just say like this is 05. Man, I hooked my shit up to that shit, man. Them motherfuckers even the artist was like, yo, how is this shit sounding like this? And this shit was coming out of my keyboard. All I was doing was going to the mixer menu. I was mixing it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was throwing effects on, because you can use, I think the Triton LE, I can use 2 effects on each sound. And so I was using like, you know, I was putting effects on this, I just got crafty with the shit, making the shit sound, you know what I'm saying, already good in the keyboard. Because I hadn't moved to like the computer, completely to the computer yet, making my beats. So I was in there and I was playing shit, rocking out, whatever, in their studio, and they was like, God damn, they had some big speakers. I was like, yo, I was listening to my shit. I was like, yo, I ain't even know that shit sounded like that. I was just trying my best, but that just let me know that Triton wasn't no hoe. But the LE just don't have that nuance. It don't have that little extra bit of bite. But through my gear, how I got my gear set up, it got that bite now. It might got a little more. You know what I'm saying? For how I got it set up, because I got it set up how I want it. So that's the thing that y'all gotta understand about mixing and everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He say, damn, I didn't even know my shit sounded. Yeah, I ain't know that shit. Like, I was at the crib with the what I was using. At that time, I had my TRH, but I couldn't turn them shits so loud in my mom's crib. I had to turn them shits. I couldn't turn them shits so loud. I had to turn them shits down. So when I went over there to they studio or whatever, they had bitch. I was like, God damn, this shit sound. I was sitting there like this. That shit rocking. Everybody in there was like, shit. I made one track. It had some crazy ass arpeggiator on it, and like I had the sounds to where it was like Doppler. It was like a Doppler style, and they had the speaker set up. And I remember the girl she was sitting by the speaker. I remember her facial expression when the sound came on. She was just like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? She was like, what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? She was like, that shit was crazy. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you know, certain levels or whatever you get it. But once you get shit to a certain level, man, that's the one thing you just got to realize. Whether you in the box, whether you in the, like using the keyboard, whether you using whatever, you got to get it to that certain level. That's why they say everybody, all these engineers say, man, leveling, man, that's the main key. They really ain't talking about leveling. They really talking about quality. They like, man, if you can get the quality of the sound right from the fucking jump, nigga, you ain't got to worry about nothing, nigga. Like, real talk, that's like food. If the food quality is so good that you can eat it raw, what makes you think it ain't gonna taste good when you cook it? You feel what I'm saying? Like, if the shit is a creme de la creme, when you got it in its raw form, what makes you think it ain't gonna be dope when you put a little bit of touches on it? That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of producers, like, they wrestle with their sound. It's like, I don't give a damn if you in the box or out of the box or whatever. You got to figure out a way to get that shit right. I don't give a damn. Like, I mean, it's fucked up as it sound. I don't give a damn if you got to put effects on it when you got it in the keyboard, and then you got to put effects on it when you get it in the computer. I don't give a fuck. You got to get it to that level. That's just what it is. We are stuck with the devices that we have to use in the modern age, and we have to figure out how to use them. So there's nowhere around that. There's no magic ass device out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, even the SP1200 has its limitations, but it sounds wonderful. But it still has its limitations. We all have to figure it out. We all have to figure it out for ourselves, for our sound. You know what I'm saying? But once we figure it out, it's over. That's the goal. That's the setup. You know what I'm saying? It's like a race car. It's like you can't get on the track unless your car set up, you know what I'm saying, correctly. Get your car set up right. Because once you get your car set up right, then you can go on the track. Then you can put down great lap times. You can't improve on that unless you get that shit right. That shit need to be right off the motherfucking skillet, nigga. You need to cook that shit. That shit need to be right off the skillet, nigga. Off the skillet. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to lap it on their plate and then they got to put all these motherfucking seasonings and shit on it. It shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Find you some more goddamn meat, something. You know what I'm saying? If the meat ain't right from the place you getting it from, nigga, find you some more meat, nigga. Find you some more vegetables, nigga. That supply ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Buy you some goddamn EA ski drums, like I've been telling y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's some real spit. That ain't no bullshit. It's like everybody been sitting back like, oh man, I ain't trying to sell you shit. Nigga, I'm trying to tell you what's real. You trying to sit back and be stubborn and be like, I ain't start with no good sound. Did you just buy something? Okay, all them goddamn stock sounds ain't gonna do it for you. You gonna get tired of them. Buy you some EA ski drums. You might buy you some Bolo drums. You know what I'm saying? To sprinkle in. You know what I'm saying? You might buy you some drums from a couple other good suppliers. But get you some goddamn some shit from the jump the way you ain't got to worry about that shit. Cause you worrying about the shit. You can't worry about the sound and make great shit. That shit ain't even possible. Stop it. You already know that shit. We already know that shit. You can't be like, oh man, I ain't got no good ingredients from the beginning, but this fucking dish coming out like some bullshit. Then it's gonna come out like some bullshit. If you don't start with good ingredients, it's gonna come out with like some bullshit. I don't know why the fuck y'all niggas ain't like, yeah. Nigga, go get you some goddamn drums, nigga. Go get you some EA ski drums. I don't give a damn. Everybody might be like, oh, which one should I get first? Nigga, close your eyes and point to one and pick one off the screen and grab that bitch. Straight up. I'm just being honest with you. You feel me? So then you'll get a good start. Then you'll be like, ooh, okay, good. I know it's a good start. Then you won't even cook with no other ingredients that's not that quality no more. You won't even cook with nothing else that ain't that quality. You can forget about anything. You be like, what they got? Let me see their vegetables. Nah, bro, take that back, man. We ain't buying that. We ain't buying that for my restaurant. I'm trying to cook up. Y'all keep giving me this flimsy ass goddamn fish. Hell nah, nigga, take that shit back, man. Y'all give me that goddamn bullshit ass salmon. I want that healthy ass goddamn salmon. I want that shit out the motherfucking North Atlantic Sea. You feel me? I want that shit out the motherfucking like the creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? So when I serve it to my peoples, I can charge nigga $100 a plate. You feel me? When you got the good shit, when you a steakhouse and you charging $300 a steak, you can't get the steak from just anywhere. You got to get the creme de la creme. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. So that's just common sense. They ain't trying to sell y'all shit or nothing. I don't give a fuck if you got the Bro, I don't give a fuck if you got to sell half the equipment in your motherfucking studio to get some new shit. Like me. I tell y'all that. Matter of fact, since we talk about my man EA Ski, the Godfather, bro, when I heard about EA Ski, from that moment on, listening to him, probably about 6 months later, when I got like everything that I needed to do as far as like making changes to my gear, because I ain't want to just snap my fingers, just start spending a lot of money making changes, and I didn't have a lot of money to spend. So I was like, man, then I got an idea. Something went out in my studio and I said, you know what? I sold one thing. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get the shit I really need. I'm gonna get the shit I really want. Nigga, I sold like 80% of my studio. 80% of the gear that I had in here, I sold that bitch. I had an SPL Vitalizer. I had a motherfucking M1. Sold both of them bitches. Didn't need them. They weren't good for my sound. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You live and learn. Like, I've sold plenty gear. I had a motherfucking Zulu. If you look at my earlier video, it was a Zulu right here. I sold that bitch. Cause that shit wasn't adding, it wasn't adding to my sound. And that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't for me. It was for somebody else. And guess what? I said, you know what? I'm gonna sell this for a good price. I'm gonna put it in somebody else's hand to give them, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to either try it out or to have a good sound from it. Then I went out and bought the shit that I needed. I bought the 61. I got rid of my cord. I sold that bitch. I pretty much traded 90% of my players pretty much after talking to EA Ski. It's like talking to Nick Saban and then you go into the portal, you get rid of all your goddamn football team because all them niggas can't play. You like, them niggas, these niggas ain't doing it for us. You know what I'm saying? I got to do like Dion. Some of y'all niggas got to jump into the portal. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's what the Godfather pretty much did. He was like, you know, he talking, I'm soaking in it like a sponge. I'm listening to the dude. I'm like, he's speaking that real. Yeah, that shit need to be fucking from the beginning, and everything matters. Everything in the chain matters. If something is off, that shit gonna be some bullshit. So you got to, like, some of y'all got to go. If I ain't using you, you got to go. That shit ain't good if it ain't good, you got to go. Like, if it ain't serving the purpose of making my sound better, and some stuff did make me sound good, but it wasn't necessarily needed. It was certain things fighting other things. I was trying to get sound out of a Korg Chrome that had sounds in it from 2014 that, let's just be honest, the Korg Chrome is great, but, you know, yep, I sold the M1. I sold it. I didn't need it. I had the SSL. I got the SSL. Once I tested that out and I was like, it's the same op amps, but this shit probably setup is probably a little bit better for what I'm doing because it's all inclusive. Not saying that the M1 was great. I had a 1-channel. It was great. It just, I didn't need it. It was $1,000 sitting on the shelf. If I'm gonna use the SSL, I don't need it. Like, it's like having, it would be like having Cristiano Ronaldo, and then he's sitting on the fucking bench. I'm finna sell this motherfucker. Transfer this motherfucker. He ain't playing. Transfer. You need to get, like, it's a lot of y'all that got equipment just chilling at the crib. Just chilling on the bench. You ain't even put this motherfucker in the game. And you've been thinking about other shit that can improve your fucking goddamn repertoire and make your sound better. Sell it. That's the game. I'm sorry to say it. That's the game. I mean, that's just the game. Like, sell it. If you ain't got the money to buy, now, if you just got money to buy other stuff and you want to keep certain things you got to keep. I ain't telling you to sell everything. I'm definitely not telling you to do like me and sell the house. But I damn near sold the goddamn, if you look at my studio, you'd be like, I had to point the item like, damn, I sold that, bought that, sold that, bought that. And it's pretty much like 90%. Like, everybody gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank God I could give, I gave my live to my cousin. You know what I'm saying? My younger cousin, he's 17, so, you know what I'm saying, he's starting to learn. He wanted to learn production. I was like, man, you need to start on something that's, you know what I'm saying, that's at least at a level to where you got that cream. And guess what? I left my EA ski drums in it for him. So, I mean, you know, he gonna get a good start. I mean, he gonna get a start to where he know drums sound like that. And I remember let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you all this before I jump off this live, because I've been on here for like 41 minutes. My little cousin, right? He was using EA ski drums, so I went to the patch because I got 2 patches of like my own drums that I like. It's like all the classic breakbeat drums. I just snatched the kick and the snare out of all the great hip hop breakbeats, and I just tuned them up myself. So I was like, I need that set. Then after that is 2 layers of EA ski drums, right? So he went to the EA ski drums. He hitting on that. He like, you know how it is. He hitting them shits. This nigga hitting them shits. He's like, God damn, this shit's fire, right? He's like, damn. He said, damn, that kind of sound trap, right? He was like, boom. He's like, you got some other drums? I said, cool, yeah, I got the stock drums, right? I put the stock drums on. This mother said, yeah, let's just go back to your drums. I had to go back to the EA ski drum, dog. I swear to God. I wish I was filming him. I was in here teaching him on my 61. I swear to God. This mother was like, he went to the stock drums. He started, you know how you go to the browser, you started picking them out. He started demoing them. He was like, yeah, let's just go back and use your drums. He felt it. He knew. I ain't tell him. I just said, hey, this is this. I said, yeah, these like EA ski drums. You might want to like, you know, use these. These good. He was like, damn, this shit sound good. That nigga said, he said, you got some more? Cause he went through all of them. I said, well, I got the stock drums. If you want to go through them, cause he young. He trying to make trap beats. So he young. So he go through the stock drums. He started listening to him. I mean, he going through drums. I mean, he going through all the car shit. That nigga said, yeah, we'll just go back and use your drums. Nigga, I was like, I said, yup. I sat back at this counter. I was like, yup. Yeah, he know. Yeah, he knew it. He knew it. That motherfucker knew it. He was like, yeah, them other drums, it had that bite to it. It bit me. Because he was thinking the stock drums gonna bite him too. He like, nigga went back to the other drum. Nigga said, yeah, let's go back to them other drums. That shit, they straight. Hell no. That nigga said, nah. These right here, I told him one time I ain't say it again. I just said, oh yeah, we'll use them. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna use that one and that one. I'm gonna use that clap. I'm gonna use that kick. Boom. All right, cool. Yeah, use that. Boom. Use it. He made a beat on it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And you know what I'm saying. So yeah, he gonna be kind of spoiled to it. You know what I'm saying. You know, I kind of felt guilty because I was like, man, nigga, you need to buy some EA ski drum, but I ain't want to do them like that though. You know what I'm saying. I had already bought some drums, so I was like, hey, I already bought some drums. I made my favorites out of all the drums that I bought. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Work with it, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Yeah, hey, Major Keys. Yeah, he knew right away what was up. It's like you know what I'm saying. It's like anything, man. It's like a car. It's like you got a sports car, right? And like somebody got the same car, and you telling them, "We're like, man, I got that such and such on there." He like, all right, cool. Like, man, drive my car. Just drive it. That mother drive it. That mother bring it back. That mother like, yeah, I'm gonna get me one of them. You like, yeah, you already know. You already know when the shit good. Like when the shit good, you already know. It's like for my cyclists out there, it's like an omnium crank. It's like when you got an omnium crank and your friend ride your bike and he ain't got no omnium crank and that nigga ride that shit and that nigga go up the street and come back, he like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of them next week. Yeah, that's how them EA ski drums is for real. That's how that little nigga what nigga said. I said, let's go to the stock drums. And nigga said, nah, go back to them EA ski drums. Go back to them. Yeah, I want to use them. Them motherfucker right there. Yeah. Them stock drums, they straight. But I need this. Yeah, you need to start off with that. So any of y'all starting the young off, tell them, like, I should have made him buy some EA ski drums, but tell them, be like, look, this first thing you need to do, you need to go subscribe to EA Ski on your own. I don't need to force you to do it. You need to go subscribe your own, and you need to buy some EA Ski drums. And you do them too. We good. You do them too. You gonna start off right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start off good. Cause it's coming from a good source, coming from a real source. So you can walk in that store and buy something and know when you come out with it, it's gonna be something good. It's gonna be like an omnium crank. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like some motherfucking Mopar parts. It's gonna be like some Nismo parts. It's gonna be like some quality, some creme de la creme. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like some steaks that the steakhouse get. Them they get the tube of steak. When they get that tube, that's that creme de la creme. That's what you get. That's what you need to start off with. So start them off right. Don't start them off wrong. You know what I'm saying? And tell them, like I say, you ain't gonna ever know everything. So just be a sponge, sit back, be cinematic about it. Sit back and watch it like a movie. You know what I'm saying? You might learn a lot more by sitting back just popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Chewing it up, boom. You know what I'm saying? Just soaking in the knowledge. Just like you at a movie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, salute. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate all y'all, man. I'm about to hop off here. I've been on here 47 minutes, man. I just wanted to rock out, jam out, just talk about, like, you know, people having egos. I ain't got no ego. I just got a lot of passion. And I tell y'all all the time, don't go based on exactly what I'm saying. Speak for yourself, learn for yourself, and let me know down low what you think and how you do it and how you be doing things. I ain't the type of person to jump in the comments and come at you. I just ain't. I'm not. We all nerds. We talking about music. As long as you keep it on the, I said this 1,000 times. As long as you keep it on the music and we nerd it out, we can have a healthy exchange. I might not say anything back to you in the comment. Don't mean that I didn't hear you or listen to you. I'm still gonna give you a like, even if I disagree with you, because I'm gonna let you know that I heard your perspective. I see what you talking about. I advise you to make a video about that philosophy and you teach, and we might can watch the video of you and learn whatever you're trying to persuade and do, and I might learn something from it. I might not do it verbatim, but I might learn something new. So that goes out to everybody. I'm kind of tired of y'all. I think y'all need to grow beyond being trolls. If y'all just audio nerds and you just trying to get your point across, speak your word. Hop on live, make a video. You know what I'm saying? Speak your word, but keep it on the music, keep it on the tech. As long as you keep it on the tech, we good. You know what I'm saying? We Gucci, we good. Let me know down below what your motherfucking think. Let me know what y'all think about all these producers out here with egos that just online. Like I say, we ain't talking about the godfathers of the game. We ain't talking about the gurus, EA Skis, DJ Premiers, Pete Rocks, everybody that's worth following. You know what I'm saying? Havoc. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is Knife Wonder. Everybody is worth following. You know what I'm saying on here? Ski Beats. Everybody that's worth following online. We ain't talking about them. We talking about these other guys that they got one placement on NBA YoungBoy album, and now they think they know everything about production. But y'all let me know. I'm out. Peace. Have a good one.